today we are going to get going with some card weaving. What you need for this is some stiff card and some warp or wool wrapped around it, evenly spread, to start off our weaving. And what we're aiming for is something like this, where we're going to start at the bottom with our weaving and we're going to build up right to the top here. So to get going, all you have to do is to choose a colour. If you have thin yarn, it's worth doubling up the yarn so it's a little bit thicker. And if you have a needle, you can use fingers, but if you have a needle, just pop it through there, makes it a little bit easier to go in and out the warp. So what we're trying to do with our warp is we're going to take the needle under and over every other warp. So you go under that one, miss one out, under that one, over that one, under that one, over that one. So the needle I show you is going under, over, under and over. So that's what you're doing right along there. So if you do that there, then do the next little bit. So you're going to go on under the last one, so over, under, over, under, over. So you come out the end there, under. As I say, you can use fingers, but the needle helps a little bit. I'm just going to pull this through, and when I start this tail here, I don't really want that at the end there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this through a little bit to there, and then just leave it. So that's so it means when we weave the other way, it's going to get hidden. So that's fine because it's at the back, absolutely fine. And with your needle, or you can use a fork or use your fingers, just push it down. So I've got it there. So we just haven't got the tail hanging out the end there. Now, if you look at the warp, this one I went under the last one, so that means I'm going to go over it. This one I went over, so I'm going to go under. So you're going to go under all the warp ends that you went over with your needle. To there. So you go right the way along. Bit of difficulty, and there you go. Okay, so it is there at the end, and then if I pull, so what you've got to watch out for when you're pulling through, just got to watch out you don't pull too tightly here. So it's a good idea if you put your finger or your thumb here, then pull. Don't let it pull too tight. So you don't want it going like that, so it's too tight. All the way back, you can loosen it off. You want to keep it so that this is straight, otherwise your weaving will start making an A shape, or we call it wasting, going in at the middle like it's got a waist there. So we're going to keep those as straight as possible. So you just got to watch either edge for that straightness. Okay, I'm going to put it down, it's a bit easier for me to do, and I'm going to go back the other way. So I came over this one, so I'm going to go under and that way. Under and under the last one. I've got it. Got the end here. I'm going to pull. I'm just going to put my finger there so I don't pull too tightly. Make a nice arch shape. That's looking good. I can push that down so that edge is lovely and straight, and then push that down like that. So I've carried on weaving that. I've got nearly to the end of my wool here. Let's do one last little bit. Pushing it down here. And what I could do to change colour, sometimes we knot, sometimes we don't knot, but let's have a go at knotting. So I'm going to change colour. I think I'm going to go for this nice purple here. So there's a little bit of purple, and it's good to do everything kind of more or less an arm's length, then you're not going to be overstretching. So I'm going to do double again. So get back with there, that there, get my scissors, cut it off. And what you could do, if you have a loop here, you could either tie it on or just loop it through, if you want, like that. And I'm going to thread my needle. sure I get both the ends in. Didn't get both the ends in there, so let's try that again. To there. Pull. Done. Okay, so then I can go and carry on that way. Push the edges, push it down. So if there was a knot here, or however way you've secured the end, that's absolutely fine. What you need to do is just make sure that that knot is tucked into the back of the weaving, so it doesn't show on the side that you want as the right side or the best side. So we have a kind of the right side and then the working side where all the ends will be. So the right side and the wrong side. So this is going to be carrying on with the blue, and then we're going to go to the purple. Again, right to the end. Touch that edge, pull it. So making sure that's there. Pushing down, fingers or needle, doesn't matter. And then I will continue backwards and forwards, going left to right until I've used up all of this colour as well. So you can see we've changed colour there, it's looking rather lovely. So be careful that when you are at this end that you weave through this way and you don't take it over this way and you start weaving there, because then you're going to have this called floating weft, and we don't want that for this particular weaving. And then just keep going until you've used all your colour up. So there you can see got the blue blue colour here, and then we're starting with the purple, and then you can just keep changing colours, whatever you want to do. You can have a go at, you can mix two colours together. This is called blending. I think it's some nice blending going on. And I would weave right the way up to the top, ready for the next stage, which will be cutting off at the back. Right, so once you've used your colour, you've got to the end of your colour, then you just choose another one, or you can carry on with the same if you want to. Tuck the ends behind and then start again with your new colour. So I would work right the way to the top, right to the top of the warp like this one. And when you've filled that up, that is ready to be cut off for loom. So what we need to do for that is we are going to turn this over and we are going to cut. So you cut this here. Cut here. And here, take it off. Keep this. I'm going to use that again. And we have our weaving. Now the weaving is a little bit delicate at this point because we haven't secured these ends here. So what you have to do, take each two together and just knot, knot and a knot. So there's lots of different ways to finish your weaving, but I think this is probably going to be the most secure. And you're going to get a nice little fringe as well. So you knot there, knot and knot, all the way to the end. So there you have it, where the it's nice and secure now, and that won't come undone. So we can do that, and then we can do the other end. again, that's nice and secure. You can trim that, or you could sew it at the back there. So you've got that edge. It's up to you, or you can use that to hang it. I'm going to trim these off a little bit here. Right, so when you're ready to do another weaving, you get your card loom, you get some nice strong yarn. I want you to leave a good tail end here, put your thumb over there, and you are going to go round over the top and turn it round, keep hold of that here, and then you are just going to wrap using each one of those serrated edges as your spacing all the way around. Doesn't take long at all, so it's tight, but it's not loose, so but not super tight that the card's going to buckle. And you can, it's actually quite loose. I'll go that on there. Okay, so that's all ready to go. You can do this as wide as you like. You can do the whole width, or just do a strip. It's up to you. So you have your tail end there, and you're going to leave a nice tail end here as well. And then all you do is bring those two together and knot them or bow them. It's up to you. Let's do a little bow, shall we? And that is ready for you to start your next weaving.